Welcome back to Oakland, where Phoenix leads the Golden State Warriors 138 to 131. We keep looking at these record books to see what other records Charles Barkley may be closing in. And he has 23 field goals tonight. Most field goals made in a playoff game. Wilt Chamberlain, John Havlicek, and Michael Jordan 24. So he needs one more basket to tie that mark.
I tell you, we got to give a little credit here to Bruce Wolf, our stat guy. He's been working his tail off tonight, keeping up with this game. Every time he turns a new page, it's a new record and a new score. So Bruce, great job tonight.
Well, the fans here in Golden State giving their Warriors a standing ovation, and part of this may be for Charles Barkley as well. They'd love to see the Warriors give Phoenix some kind of finish here, but they may not have enough time left. And they have to get off a quick shot here. Owens lost it on the way up. A.C. Green. Now let's see if they'll give it back to Charles. A foul in the backcourt. Owens gets A.C. Green. You know, overlooked tonight with the night that Charles Barkley is having, Doug, are so many other great performances tonight on both ends of the court from both teams.
I mean, Chris Mullins had a sensational night shooting the basketball. He has.
How about the quarter Marley has put in this fourth quarter?
Marley with the big fourth quarter. What's he had in this quarter? I mean, he has 10.
He has 11 in the quarter, 24 in the night.
And he got 10 real quickly, right about 3-minute period of time. We had 2 threes and 2 driving field goals. So Charles got a little bit of a rest. I mean, and KJ, I mean, you talk about his numbers, only 18 points, but 12 assists.
Chris Mullin, as you mentioned, with 30 points tonight. Latrell Sprewell, 27, and he's been playing all of his minutes in the second half with 5 fouls.
That fourth foul in the first half really took him out of the game, because then he picks up number 5 and never really got back in the sync after that. Charles Barkley leaving, and the fans should really give him a big hand. What a sensational effort.
56 points for Charles Barkley.
You think Charles will really retire at the end of this year? You think he's going to hang it up?
I don't believe he will. Do you think he will?
I don't know. It's hard to. I think it would be easier if they won a championship, but it'd be interesting to see if he can walk away from. We'll find out here.
We're going to have him live at our table here at the end of the game, so we'll let you ask him that question.
I'm going to ask him, too, if he's going to go to the barber shop and talk about getting 56 on Webber and the guys tonight, like they were having that little commercial and talking about how they had the one dunk on him.
Number 3, Frank Johnson, replacing number 7, Kevin Johnson.
Kevin Johnson comes out, and he's a happy guy.
Now, this team, remember last year in the mini-series, or the 5-game series against Los Angeles, at the end of 2, had lost both of their home games and had to go fight for their lives on the road. This is a much different series this year.
Well, remember what Charles told us before the game. They learned something from that series. They learned. But if you get 2 games up on the team, you better take them out quick, because you might lose. Phoenix is not about to do that this year. Just 17.5 seconds to go. The Phoenix Suns will eliminate the Golden State Warriors, barring a miracle here by Golden State in a 3-game sweep. And that's something that the Suns were talking about before the game tonight, after having to go 5 games in the first round last year.
We see Chris Webber then again. Congratulations to him on a sensational year, Rookie of the Year, edging out Anthony Hardaway. And we'll break down Charles Barkley's field goals by quarter. Remember, we talk about dominating. Well, 11 for 11 in the first quarter, 4 for 11 in the second, 2 for 2 in the third, 6 for 7 in the fourth. So 22 shots in the first half, only 9, but 8 for 9, 23 for 31.
It has been a remarkable night for one of this game's remarkable players.
The foul, 4th personal foul.
Foul number 4 on Keith Jennings.
What do you think about these other 2 series out west? You've got Portland, Houston. Can Portland push it to 5?
I don't know. I like Houston very much in that series.
I think I'm heading to Portland for that game 4 on Friday night, so we'll get a chance to see those 2 teams. And then you've got Seattle, Denver. Can Denver crank up the kind of effort they had Monday night when we were in Denver and push that to 5?
If they can play another game like they played on Monday, they might be able to. But I don't know if they can put games like that back-to-back. We'll find that out, too.
And then we got Utah got a chance to polish off San Antonio. Can Rodman come back and help give them the opportunity to maybe push that back to San Antonio? They got to find some offense, though.
Firing up 3s at the end, Golden State. But time is about to expire on the Golden State Warriors, and the Phoenix Suns advance to the Western Conference semifinals. sweeping the Golden State Warriors in round 1. 3 games to none. Game 3 final. You said it would take 140 to win, Doug, and it did. Phoenix 140. The Golden State Warriors 133.
For the tremendous support you have shown us in another season of packed houses and loud crowds. See you next year with
So the Suns are in, sweeping the Golden State Warriors. They will await the outcome of that Houston-Portland series to see who they play next. Seattle up 2-1 on the Nuggets, and Utah up 2-1 on the Utah Jazz. Final score once again 140 to 133. Our Budweiser player of the game, not much doubt about it tonight, Charles Barkley. Third best scoring performance in NBA playoff history. 56 points, 23 of 31 from the field, 14 rebounds. He's our Budweiser player of the game. And Charles, you were telling us before the game tonight that you were determined to come out here and take care of business starting in the first quarter, and you certainly did. 27 points in the first quarter.
Well, they made up their mind that they were not going to double me. And I told Doug before the game, if they don't double me, I'm going to have a good night. And they refused to double. And I was very fortunate. I made all my jumpers. If I'm not making that little jumper 12, 15, I was benefiting them. But as long as I'm making those little jumpers, I felt very good tonight.
You know, Charles, I said during the telecast that in talking to you before the game, really a long, lanky player can give you problems, but only Chris Webber has that kind of size. I think they were afraid to put him on you to get him in foul trouble, so I don't think you really had any respect in terms of that those guys could block your shot around the basket.
If a guy is not 6'10" with long arms, I think I can score on him every time if they don't double me, because my height is a disadvantage sometimes when I'm posting up. But as long, there are very few players, Kevin McHale, Elton Campbell, those kind of guys that really give me a Harvey Grant. They really give me trouble. But these guys, they went small and big and had big power players against me.
I thought it was a real critical play, too. You stepped up and set a screen on Sprewell in the first half. Fourth foul really took him out of the game the rest of the way.
Well, it was a tough matchup this series. I think he didn't have a great series shooting because he's used so much energy guarding Kevin. So I think he got a little frustrated tonight. And I set the pick, and he ran right through me. He got a good little forearm there, too. I like that.
All right. Now, I said it started out Auburn, Alabama there, you two guys going at each other. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to be a concerned coach. I'm going to be Paul Westphal. You guys got into these shootouts against Golden State. Now, the next round, you know that it's not going to be like that. Are we going to see some defense in the Suns that's going to be able to continue to get you to advance?
I said before this series, the only thing that I feared was if we get in a series where we just try to outscore them. And I felt like that could happen because they don't really play great defense, and we really don't play great defense. But I felt like if we had to play defense like we did in the fourth quarter, that we could stop some teams. But this was really the only game that was a real shootout. But our defense has to get better. We're always going to score points. But if we don't improve our defense, we're not going to win the world championship, and that's our goal.
Are you really going to retire after that? You look like you had some gas in the tank. Are you really going to retire, Charles?
Doug, I feel like this is my last year. It's been a struggle for me this year with all the injuries and things, but I'm looking at this as my last shot at it.
All right. Well, tremendous effort, and congratulations on a wonderful series. Now you're going to play golf for a couple days. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Shoot a 56 there, too.
He will on the front nine.
Congratulations to Charles Barkley. He's tonight's Budweiser player of the game, and Budweiser will donate $1,000 on behalf of Charles to the United Negro College Fund. Now let's send it back.